To my channel. Today we'll be talking about fastbnb. So, if you all heard of fastbnb, good thing you've come to this channel, because we're about to do this most extensive review about this sort of group, maybe company. I don't want to call them a company just yet, because I don't feel like they're established just yet, although they have about over 100,000 users, 130,000 users. But let's get straight and stuck in. So fastbnb Binance Smart Chain it's just a contract, and you take this contract. It's from the Binance coin BEP20, which is a small code. You can always code that in a Solidity, which is an Ethereum language, and there blah blah blah, you make your contract, and then their business model is basically on yield farming. Cool. So what this does is this gives users the opportunity to make money, to make income. Let's say 3% daily is what they exactly promised for all users. Well, so crypto users, miners, users on the single platform to stake, refer, earn, seed income. Okay, 3%. But let's be honest though. So this is what they call their business model. All you do is you put money and you refer people. So most yield farms are much like that all the time. But if you come across a really good project, and it's not only just about referring and putting your own money, but you can do other things at once, that's cool. But this is a company that is based on a referral program and putting in your own money just to refer more users. Now, what does that give me? It gives me a little bit of Ponzi scheme vibes. So let's get stuck in. So I've got a Word document right here. I'm going to go over it really quick just to shorten out this small bits and bobs about fastbnb. So 25% daily is the short-term yield, and they expect, let's say, 3% daily for each user. That can make about whatever their initial income or referral they make over those 90-day period. So you can refer unlimited users, levels up to 10, starting from 6%. So if I refer my friend Zach stakes, let's say 10 BNB, or I'm receiving about 3% from Zach's from my referral that I referred Zach. So user A will be entitled to receive 10% of Zach's income and stake. So let's just get stuck in and see whether this is a scam or not. So this is just an opportunity to really earn some passive income. That's all I have to say. You can choose 3 different types, which is the hen farming, 1.25% daily. You can do this every day, forever, blah blah blah. Then you have cow farming, 2.5%, up to 150 days, promising 375%. And this is the 3% daily, which is the 90-day period. So, yeah, how are you getting that money? 3% from referrals? Ooh, that sounds a little bit crazy. Okay, so yeah, so let's just go through what I found out. So apparently the liquidity pool is quite small compared to how much they had before. The people that joined, users who joined the platform, were about, they found that the liquidity pool was over about 600k compared to the amount of users there were. So let's just see from the statistics on BSC scan. Okay guys, so I've just logged in through MetaMask and just got a prompt saying, "Smart farmers, we are excited to inform you that our technical update is on speedy note." So it's clearly shown on the website that they're undergoing some maintenance. So just going to explain why they're going through maintenance quite shortly in this video, but right now I'm just going to explain how well this website works, and basically just in general how dodgy it will seem. It seems. So as you can see here on this website, they show that they have a YouTube video that they own, and everything that comes on this everything they own is from this YouTube video. And lastly, just wanted to add on the fact that there is no contract information here. They have not put any social media except for Telegram. This kind of slightly can confuse an investor. It could also turn away investors as well. Knowing the fact that they don't have Facebook or Instagram, it does kind of concern me, because contact information is quite a priority. So users can contact the owners and kind of like troubleshoot their problems if they do have a problem in their site. So yep, they were launched in October 2021. They can see it here. I've checked their audit. So this is their white paper, I assume, which is what they call a smart contract security audit. You know, guys, you know what audit is. So they check how legitimate the website is. So as you can see here, we're going down a little bit. They have a contents table, and this is just basically how the website works. Anyways, so they reveal their project information. They've got their site here, they've got their Telegram, they are operating through the Binance Smart Chain quite easily. I've made my own coin through the Binance Smart Chain, so it's not really hard to do. So yeah, they have their contract address here. I'm going to copy paste this and see how much liquidity they have on their from the BSC scan website. Click here, copy and paste the address, and voila, you don't see anything, but you could just see here about 38 tokens under this contract. Cool, but there's absolutely nothing. It doesn't kind of tell you whether they have any liquidity or money. Like, there's no BNB value there. So let's just go down a little bit and check their internal transfers. You can see there's more users trying to put in money, depositing, I assume. So the internal transfer here, you can see here, if you go look at these addresses, just it's kind of cool. But anyways, here's the transactions. These contract addresses here are sending money to this address here. Let's have a look down 1 second. Okay, people, so went into this website called BitQuery, and it just tells you a lot about a single contract address. So I'm just going to go back a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this. So I've copy pasted their contract address from their site, and selected the Binance Smart Chain mainnet, and here we have the transactions going through and in. So you can see the transactions by date, and these are the amount of transactions they had during the current month of the 21st January up until the 19th of February. So on their good day, they had about 31 transactions by that date. And now, when those transactions were going through, they were also being charged with gas fees as well. So their gas cost per that day. So for instance, they did 16 over here, and their gas date was about 0.004. So that's not even that much BNB, but considering the fact that they did stop withdrawals because of the gas count and the gas cost. So I'm going to show you a little bit the address here, and you can see all the inbound and outbound transfer by that date. So you can see here where people just pushing in money and then withdrawals are coming out. So the receive count was right. If you let me just revert that zoom. So you can tell here from the 19th of February, this is where they stopped their withdrawals. So followed by that, you can see all their call counts here, and that's the 18th. That was the first call count. So I assume they must have sent a transfer over to a different their contract address. But then again, it kept going less and less. So obviously those withdrawals were going small. So there wasn't that much going through people's accounts. So yeah, let's get stuck in with the fact that it started tumbling down when, okay, there was a lot of people, you know, depositing BNB, but also withdrawing because they started in October. So assume those people being at the top were withdrawing quite frequently. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting because, like here, you see they're getting a lot of people. You get a lot of users. They're growing number of users, so they're getting to, like, say, thousands. They're on 100,000s of users depositing and then also withdrawing at the same time. So that was the volume coming in, which is all their money flowing in. And then it went all down. It kept tumbling down from the 15th. So this is where they stopped allowing, simple withdrawals, and it just went tumbling down because you know why? Their liquidity went out the roof. Like there was no liquidity. For people to do and take their withdrawals, their BNB out of their pockets and their accounts. So they've stopped that, and you can see here the inbound transfers were getting less as well. So that just meant they transferred all the money onto a different single contract, and people weren't allowed actually to withdraw. They also mentioned it on a Zoom call they had today. So I've spoken to a couple of people on this, and let's just get stuck in on their white paper, and I'm going to show you a little bit about why I think it's a little bit dodgy, but at the same time it's totally up to you guys and how you feel about this type of investment, because I'm not really part of it. I'm not really in, because I feel it's a Ponzi scheme, and once they rely on users referring other users too, it just can tumble over, because there's not really any set reward where there's no other different activities for users to kind of gain money without the need to invite another user and get commission from that other user, because it's just like that Ponzi scheme I said with CJ and IPC and all these other companies, because how do they run without the users' money? How would they run? They could at least kind of have some surveys, rewards, like maybe try and kind of win some contracts over the amount of users using your platform, or just doing something that can actually make you some money instead of actually relying on the users referring other users, because we are the people who make money for them. So that's what their model is actually kind of based on. So let's get cracking. I'm going to show you here. So they offer levels 1 to 10, and they don't really have a really good UML diagram, which I'll show you on their white paper. I'll show you here. 1 second. So this is what they base their business on. Is in the space as users' principal deposits cannot be withdrawn by any means, the only return users can actually get is dividends and referral rewards. So it's clearly meaning like the 3% they promise every day to earn. That's for each user, and the referral rewards obviously based on commission. And they said inexperienced and reckless users might miss the aforementioned fact when depositing their principal into the contracts and expect to get their principal back. So obviously what that means is that wherever you deposit, it's not promised to you to be given back to you. Like you can clearly make money through their reward system and their referral system, which is obviously the commission system too. So the fastbnb is a high risk project in which users can only receive dividends and referral rewards, and the main deposit cannot be withdrawn in any way. So obviously the main deposit, you whether you deposit that 3,000 or 4,000, you're not going to get it back. You're only going to get a daily fee of, let's say, 3% of whatever initial they promised. So we inform all users of this, and the site contains information about potential risks. So they are already warning you guys that it's a high risk project, it's 100%, and it can collapse. And it's clearly said in a white paper, because their defense to you is they literally are saying to you, okay, we already mentioned this, we told you the risks, we are saying this for you to read because it's an audit report, and we didn't tell you that you're going to be earning this and promising you this. Do you know what I mean? In general, unable to withdraw all bonuses when the contract balance is inefficient. Yeah, clearly, if you don't have any money, you can't withdraw it, clearly. So, alright, so we go down a little bit. It says, we cannot change the logic as mentioned earlier and how we notify users about it. The project is a high yield program and experimental to success. So clearly their project is experimental and they want it to be successful, because we are the people who are going to make it successful. You, the user who invites another person, is basically creating this business, because their model is based on users, and that 3%, where are they getting it from? How are they making money? What are they promising? Now, I want you to stick around at the end of this video, because I'm going to show you some really juicy details. I'm going to skip all this stuff, because that's just like security stuff and analysis, whether the code works, and it's all like extra code and gas. It just shows you how they tested all their functionality of their code. This is a use case diagram, what they call it, a graph, but this is what users can do. So when they say get user available, it's just, you know, attached get user dividends. So you are, and then it just goes here like get user seed income, and then it goes down line reference, referral, which is like the user you invite. But anyways, let's just go down here. This is how their code functions. This is what's attached, what you can do, you can't do. I think I'd prefer if they did kind of color this properly, because it can look a bit confusing for people who don't really get use case diagrams. Anyway, let's go down there. UML is not really nice to look at. There's nothing. I mean, I'd have to zoom right in, and I can't see a single smidge. What the hell? Anyway, is that could they make their UML diagram more constructive and have more visibility? Please do so, because this is a lazy job. If we go down a little bit, okay, you've got your functions working here. Generated reports. They don't really need to show this, but it's kind of meaningful. It's quite good to have a look at how their business kind of works. Alright, and then they have a disclaimer. I won't read this because I already know what this disclaimer is. Everyone knows what disclaimer is, obviously. The contracts are written systematically. Team found no critical issues. Bugs do have a lot of issues, but obviously they're currently going through one right now. Well-structured code. High severity issues were not found. No contract ownership renounced. Cool. So that's their light paper, or you call it white paper, or you call it audit report. That's their audit report for you guys. Anyways, let's just stick to I really want you guys to stick to the end of this video so I can get you up to date on what they're doing right now. So I found their site, and you know, they had some real good, you know, real information here to kind of get you up to date on what's going on. So this was published on January the 19th, which is kind of quite late, but they 100% claim that, you know, fastbnb.io was privately registered. We don't really know the owners, but when it came, when the owner, the CEO, and we don't really know if he is an owner or not, because he doesn't really claim to be the owner. He's probably claimed to be the guy in the team, but this article says he's the creator of fastbnb. Anyways, let's just go down here. Daz was tied to YoCoin, behind MLM. For those who know MLM, normally those MLMs are like, you know, Ponzi schemes, just short for that. So identified it as a shit coin, pump and dump scam. So he was already part of YoCoin Whoa. Um, and that's quite weird because hold on, let me stop this video. We can go through what YoCoin is just for 2 minutes. Okay, guys. So I seem to find a website that says companytech.com, and this is one of the fastbnb owners, and it clearly says here that he was also part of the crypto YoCoin, which is a pump and dump scheme. This is not really a good sign. Like, can you really trust this person, even though he's on YouTube explaining, the concept of fastbnb? I think he's kind of believing in fastbnb so much to the point that he's now stuck to it, or because YoCoin was really crap and it wasn't a really good deal and it wasn't really good business, so now fastbnb is his kind of, main priority right now. Interesting. So let's just go back here. Anyways, LLM marketing distribution structure. Okay, network marketing. This is what you call a pyramid scheme. So it's kind of short to know that obviously we at the bottom, someone, our friend at the top, and another friend who's on top of our friend. You get the point. Let's go back. Alright, so let's go here really quickly, and you can see here he was part of the CEO of YoCoin. We already checked that credibility, and based on his LinkedIn profile, is based out of West Bengal in India. Yep, and here's the compensation plan. So I'm going to put this link in the description below so you guys can have a look and check it out a little bit. So kind of have a rough idea, a rough overview whether you're happy to invest in something like this. So hen farming, invest 0.1 or more and receive 1%. Obviously you got 2.5%, and then this is where every user wants. Like, a lot of people that I know on group chats, Telegram, YouTube, whatever, they want this this compensation plan, which is the 3% every day. So this clearly shows you, it just clearly shows this is an affiliate program, and it's only based on referrals and commission. And to be honest, it's kind of hard to grasp the fact that, do I really want to invest in something like this? I think that's my opinion. Don't make me stop you. Kind of like decide on whether you want to go through this path or not, because this is just a video to kind of help you on your investment. Not investment advice, but this is what I believe. So fastbnb seed income pays 10% of returns paid to person who recruited affiliates. So whoever's at the top, right, at the top, is seriously on some money out there. Like level 100 downline up to a level 100 can also refer unlimited amount of users. Guys, how are they going to try and make so much money? They need users every single day. They need to get more and more and more users. Otherwise, this Ponzi scheme, this pyramid scheme is going to go down the drain. And investors will lose their money. So the conclusion here is that fastbnb is a simple smart contract Ponzi scheme. You sign up, invest, your investments paid to early investors. In turn, you then hope to steal funds invested after you. Cool. So you invest on someone, you obviously refer to someone, refer your friends, and you get some of your friends' money. You get the picture. Anyways, alright, so this is the most interesting. Like, this is the up to date, right? This is what you've been waiting for. I'm gonna put on the description so you don't really waste your time on this. So he said this is one of the interviews that the owner went through with two people that don't really have an idea what he was kind of talking about. They didn't really ask those questions needed. I think personally, I'd probably be part of that Zoom. I'd probably ask a lot more questions than I hope. I mean, what's the solution? What did you find? All that kind of development questions. Because coming from a point of view where you want to be kind of technical on asking why didn't you just kind of like take people's emails? Maybe that. I mean, I would prefer kind of getting an update sent to my email or something like that, and explaining everything from top to bottom, kind of reassuring all users why their liquidity is kind of went to zero. and nothing, and no one can withdraw at the meantime. But they did kind of promise on Monday that withdrawals will be probably back, but they said that there's a solution where now people are gonna, that they're able to obviously get their withdrawals. But yeah, anyways, let's just quickly let's just quickly get stuck in. So I had to skip that really quick. So he said that his code, obviously the loops going through, isn't really sufficient enough. It's costing him so much gas fees, and obviously the loops in his smart contract isn't working enough, and it's way too expensive to compute and all that power and resource to kind of like go through the transactions. It's kind of failing him. Like, this is why he kind of stopped. This is an excuse to tell all users, okay, this is what our issue was. I'm going to bring out 2 experts to explain what the issue is, and kind of get down to why no one was able to kind of withdraw, in general. So his long-term vision, this is what he said, is a contract once deployed is a lifetime, reaching such huge amounts of users, ads, and they expect to see a few million users to drive the platform. But then he said the mission, it bring as much users community to the platform. And this is what he said though. This is what exactly word for word the CEO said. He said fastbnb focuses on multiple opportunities to keep his business, up to date, making sure it generates enough profits to support its yield farming. And as of now, fastbnb uses short-term liquidity APYs checking rewards to fulfill its yield farming requirements. The Ponzi scheme, this is me now, Ponzi scheme launched in late 2021. They promised a 3% right paid through BNB smart contract. Now, obviously this is what he's saying. If it generates enough profit, now keyword enough profit, this is from the users. This is not really a good kind of model. I can see probably in the future if people are so interested in it, because it doesn't compare to like what Ethereum can do and what Tron can do and what actually BNB can do, because BNB kind of they're selling their services to other small crypto firms, and this is how they generate their money. But this guy's model is kind of like plain and simple, and it's not cutting it out for me. Can we see it in the future? Let's have a look. This is what he says. So he said the solutions, after having conversation with several miners as well, bounty hunters. Okay, bounty hunters. I don't know why. Why would you have a conversation with bounty hunters, which are coders? Let's have a look here. I don't really think bounty hunters are coders. Really? Bounty hunter code, the coder guild. I think that's his term, guys. I've never heard of that term. Forgive me or not, I've never heard of a bounty hunter being a coder. Okay. Alright, let's just go on, because I think bounty hunters, bounties, what we say in security, those bulk bounties, that's what we say. But coders is developers. Okay, by profession. At fastbnb, we did find a perfect solution. The solution is to run a seed income calculations on a different node, which would only be responsible for seed income, though making calculations a bit slower, but though will come with correct numbers with a lower gas fee. So what we're just trying to do is just trying to eliminate those gas fees, right? Why he's trying to eliminate those gas fees, he's going to make sure, the platform's going to be a lot more slower when you withdraw, that means. And then he says executions here onward would be routed through different nodes. Okay, so he's going to create different nodes so that the blockchain doesn't really fulfill so much. It's not, with the chain reaction to blockchain is, think of it as a queue. It's a queue of, let's say, how many people kind of withdraw. So we need to go through the next possible. Usually before that implementation, it was a lot more faster, but it's going to be a lot more slower because it's going to go through each node this time. And this is so they want a lower BNB generation. Okay. Right, let me just tell you what the entire video is explaining here because I already went through it myself. So I'm gonna just tell you quick. Yeah, so I watched it and he's claiming that because withdrawal gas fees were extremely high due to obviously the rubbish code his developers were producing, they stopped withdrawal to avoid higher gas fees because it was eating off the liquidity, which is the entire, how much money they were generating from obviously users depositing and all sorts. So that kind of meant that they were losing too much money, and and no one could get their seed incomes. So that means their 3%, they couldn't get their dividends, and if they continued the Ponzi, it would have collapsed already. It would have collapsed really quickly because the gas fees were kind of eaten from their liquidity. So that's what he's explaining on this video. So basically a solution was to generate another node to run the withdrawals. So it's going to be a lot more slower than it is. So he's going to announce it on Monday. So today is the 19th, 22. 21. And basically that means that he's going to lower his gas fees as their solution. That is to pay out the transactions, normally. Okay, cool. So like I said, they're considering the fact that they have also 15 different liquidity providers. Now, guys, if there is 15 different liquidity providers, right? So this probably just means, okay, so it means that they're going to try and get the transactions a lot more faster than usual with those providers, because I believe those providers are sort of like loans, like they work to give you that money a lot more faster because you're doing a third party, you're obviously taking a third party service. That's what it is. And then he mentions here that his coin's coming out in March, I believe. So let's just go here. We can see it here. Yeah, so March. Crypto with fiat based exchange would be ready to join from 17th of March 2022. Okay, shitcoin again with his yield. So this guy's he's just making a company that is a yield farm, affiliate, MLM. Then he's going to make a coin, pump it as fast as he can. To be honest, their business model should be a lot better. I mean, there should be a lot more stuff, let's say, things that users can kind of like make money from instead of just, okay, a referral program, maybe kind of add in some surveys or I don't know, something else, and then he just ends it. And yeah, so anyways, the link is in the descriptions below, guys. Please remember to kind of just subscribe. I know this video is kind of long, you don't have to go through it, but I will put a content just to help you get through this. So lastly, also you can go here as well, Intelligence Prime, just to update. Intelligence Prime Capital has blocked and drained some investor accounts, so please guys, take your money out. I wouldn't want to worry for your money in there, but I believe someone said, I don't know if it's a bug, but my MT4 account with IPC shows 0 while I had 2,000. Anyone else? Ooh. And then they said the live support here is not working, the email support doesn't respond to messages, really challenging, especially when I have lots of questions regarding my account, blah blah blah. I will put this link in the description below. If you see any red flag like this, definitely get your money out and invest responsibly. Invest in a better website. I mean, I'm looking for some for you guys to kind of look into, obviously. Yeah, so thank you for watching. This is 35 minutes long. I feel sorry for anyone that went through this, but I will put a content of timestamp and what it's talking about. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. I do appreciate that you do subscribe, because I try my best to kind of like bring all the information out and kind of like take it in and show you what you need to know in a single video, because you can just save so much more time researching when you watch this video. Peace out.